I'm meteorologist Monica Woods, and we're still tracking an active weather pattern heading into this week with more showers in store for the coast, rain returning to the valley and the foothills, and snow again for this year. Great timing on this, though, because we really want to build that snowpack heading into the big holiday week of Thanksgiving. That's really when we start to transition into more people wanting to ski, snowboard, even using those cross-country skis over at Royal Gorge. We're at 16 inches just since November 14th. Big winners here, Bear Valley, 28 inches, Kirkwood with 15 inches, not too far behind Palisades, Tahoe at 12 inches. So most resorts seeing at least some precipitation, with the biggest bonuses south of Highway 50. Statewide precipitation, though, really off to a great start for the water year. Almost all areas throughout the northern and central part of the state well ahead of where we normally are this time of year. We're talking 2+ almost 4 inches ahead of normal. A great start again to the water year. This looks very similar to what we started off with last year. Our reservoir supply levels are still looking quite good as well. This is the time of year where water managers have to be very careful determining flood risk compared to water supply. And so this is kind of the early stages where they have a little bit more flexibility. But as the season builds, it gets a little bit more tenuous. You know, that dividing line between, oh, are we keeping too much water to put us at flood risk, as opposed to holding enough water into the dry season. But every area is looking well above average, with about 50 to 75% full for those reservoirs right now. More rain and snow on the way, though. We get through our Wednesday with dry weather, but here comes the big band of precipitation starting to move our way. This will impact us starting Thursday morning. Some overnight snow developing for the Sierra as well. So if you plan to head up into the Sierra, just be prepared for those chain controls, delays, and possible closures as well. Pretty decent snowpack growing here throughout the Tahoe Basin southward through Yosemite and much of 395 into Mammoth, which, by the way, is opening on Thursday. We'll have that rain band starting to exit, though, during the day on Thursday, leading to some drier conditions by our Friday forecast. Let's get to some temperatures now for our Wednesday. Highs are going to be in the 40s up top for the Sierra, with 40s and 50s throughout the foothills. Chilly overnight lows. That's also great for snowmaking, especially when we have the opportunity to build that snowpack both from Mother Nature and from machines. Our Wednesday temperatures throughout the central Sierra are going to stay in the 40s as we head into the Central Valley. We're right around 60 degrees or so, a little bit below average. We had that cooler air mass move in, and it's really going to stick in place through much of this week. Along the Central Coast, we're in the 50s. That includes Santa Cruz through the Monterey Bay Peninsula down through Big Sur, San Luis Obispo up to 61, and then the San Joaquin Valley in the lower 60s. So again, a little bit below average. We'll see some sunshine to start the day on Wednesday, building cloud cover throughout the afternoon for the Bay Area, highs in the upper 50s. Inland areas, we're topping out right around 60, 61 degrees. Northwest coast in the 50s as well. North end of the valley, we're in the 50s. A chilly midweek outlook before we get to some of that rain. Morning lows also quite cool in the upper 40s to right around 50. That's actually really close to where we should be this time of year. This is the time of year where we go from afternoon averages around 73 degrees all the way down to 59 by the end of the month. So it's a quick drop in those average temperatures. Thursday afternoon is going to be when we really start to see the active weather drying out, though, for the big weekend, which will be a lot of travel heading into Thanksgiving week.